as well. Down the ground. That's the reason he's known as Mr. 360 degrees. Total of 13 boundaries, out of which almost equal distribution behind and in front of the stumps. That's 7 and 6. Front and behind. India's fastest 200-run chases was the previous one, 209 in Raipur. That's the biggest margin, chasing down 200-plus score. Winning with 28 balls to spare. A while ago, Sam Abdul was down there with the skippers for the toss. It's a must-win game for New Zealand. And it fell in favor of the Indian skipper, Surya Kumar Yadav, who chose to field first. Time to say good evening to Murli Karthik, but first up, Ian Smith.
Evening deep into you, Murli Karthik, and to all those people watching. New Zealand have made one change. Incidentally, Jimmy Neesham was in town and he was cited to play in this team, but he has gone down with a bit of illness, so Jamieson comes in for his second game in the series. The batting remains the same, and that would be with Mitchell Santner at 7. A lot of pressure on this bowling attack. They had a lot to think about and not much time to do it.
Evening to all. Couple of changes made by India, but that top order looks intact. But Sanju Samson in need of some runs because Ishan Kishan is breathing down his neck at number 3. Rinku was brilliant, and it is good to see Surya Kumar Yadav back in form. The couple of changes, the world number 1 bowler is out. Ravi Bishnoi gets a gig, and Bumrah is back after that rest in the second game.
This has been a high-scoring venue. When you look at that pitch there are cracks and looks a little patchy at times as well. But I tell you what, this always plays better than it looks. Let's expect another high-scoring event here this evening. Especially with the dew forming early as well. That just will help the batters a little more. And the other thing that helps the batters here, it's not biggest of venues. 64 on one, 66 on the other side, to 74 down the ground. It isn't a big venue. Yeah, 2 out of 2 so far this series. India done really well so far. A lot of positives for India. For New Zealand, this is a must-win game. They have to win the series, win the next 3, including this one. A couple of changes there. 2 players rested as far as India is concerned. Arshdeep and Varun Chakravarti. Bumrah comes in. Bishnoi. Bit of a comeback for Bishnoi here. This is paid for India in a while. Playing off 11 months. Ravi Bishnoi. The 2 New Zealand openers need a good start. Risk as well, not just good. Conway and Tim Sanford. It's game number 3. An important one for New Zealand to survive in this series. Another big opportunity for these 2 teams to cross the I's, dot the I's and cross the T's before the World Cup. Not too many games left. Ian, close to a full side, you reckon, New Zealand?
Very close. Still a couple of players to come in who are on the ground here, and one still in Australia, Finn Allen, of course. But Tim Seifert arrived about 4 days ago and quickly was into action. Played pretty well, I thought. Kept well, so he looks to be pretty much at the peak of his powers, and he's competing with perhaps the man at the other end, and Devon Conway, for that keeper batting role at the top of the order. At the moment, Seifert would be the favourite, but a really good performance tonight and maybe the next 2 games, and Devon Conway can perhaps force the issue somewhat. But it was interesting to hear Mitchell Santner both at the toss with Simon Dill and the aftermatch the other night with Harsha Bogle. They've just got to be better, New Zealand. Got to be better across the board. They've got to lift their game in both departments. Harshit Rana will do his best to get the early breakthrough, and tonight, of course, it is also Jasprit Bumrah who will be in the attack, but without the new ball.
Right, it's now time for the Asian Paints colour countdown. Let's see what the trending Asian Paints colours are. Number 3 of the series. Straight away, Harshit Rana round the wicket, gets off the mark first ball.
Huge sigh of relief. He's sitting on 4, and it was interesting that when he got the wicket the other night of Devon Conway, Harshit Rana put the 4 fingers up to say, "I've got you, buddy. I've got your number."
He's very good with this. Just gets a little bit of shape away from the left-hander. With Quinton de Kock in the previous series against South Africa. And as you said, he's got the number on Devon Conway. Tim Seifert got off to a very, very brisk start. Looked good before he was undone by Varun.
Yeah, 4 times this trip. Devon Conway versus Harshit Rana. Well, he's aware of that as well. Devon Conway. No need to remind him. It's the one-day series. First ODI, second ODI, and the third. The interesting bit is, most of them kind of very, very straight as well. Most of them hitting the stumps.
It's interesting that he's been defeated on the inside, the outside.
Oh, what a catch! That is unbelievable! That is number 5 for Harshit Rana versus Devon Conway. But that truly belongs to Hardik Pandya.
Brilliant piece of work. India have set a high standard early on in the piece yet again. Seen it before, and Devon Conway decided, "You're not going to get me without a fight tonight." So second ball he faces, instead of being crease bound and poking at it, he decided he would come at Harshit Rana. He almost got to it, but again, he couldn't find the middle of the bat. The bat skewed around in the hands, got absolutely no timing. At that point, he was just praying he could sneak it over the top of one of the best fielders in the business. He couldn't do that. He could not do it. Hardik Pandya takes the catch. New Zealand a setback in the first over at 2 for 1.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family-friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Rocked early, the very first over New Zealand. Rachin Ravindra batted beautifully for his 44 previous game. Saw the other side of them. Usually takes his time to get going. Beautiful, beautiful. Got a hand to that. But wasn't enough. Beautifully timed.
He's so easy on the eyes, isn't he? Every time he comes out to bat in whatever format, such a beautiful flow of the bat. The elegance which actually comes along with a left-hander, or most left-handers one should say. And here too, decisive footwork, shoulder going towards the ball. In spite of this being a T20 format, wonderful timing.
Glad you say most left-handers. Here we
we've seen some left-handers taken the elegance away from a left-hander.
Well, it's a good length in any form of the game, this one, particularly with a new ball. Perfect length. New Zealand just reiterating that they have the one change tonight. Kyle Jamieson comes back in for Zach Folkes. No great surprise there. He would have been shell-shocked, Zach Folkes, so chance for him to sit back and assess things. Jimmy Neesham actually was going to play for New Zealand. He was in the Bangladesh League. He got a plane very quickly over here, was going to play tonight, but became ill. I think I saw him at the ground, so it must have been a very late decision.
Top first over from Harshit Rana, 6 for 1. Stadium Guwahati is only getting louder. Hardik Pandya, the new ball. That's been the template India's followed. Getting Bumrah a little lead in the power play. More often than not, Hardik does a fabulous job with the new ball. Gets the ball to move, especially away from the right-hander. Hence that slip in place. Chipped in the air, but in the gap. Will find the boundary.
Well, it was in the air, and even Murali Kartik said catch it. He's sitting next to me. It's a bit unfair, I might thought. It got away. It got away from Harshit Rana, and once it did that, whilst he's a big man, he's not the most mobile, and when you beat players in the inner circle on Indian grounds early, one result.
My reaction is a very natural bowler's reaction here, wherever I'm sitting. If India were batting, I would have done the same.
No, you wouldn't.
More runs here, more runs. Oh, that's superb effort. Kuldeep, the fielder. Saved one.
And we get a 3 on the ground here. We don't see many 3s. Typically on the smaller grounds, but New Zealand able to scamper through for 3 here. Nice piece of timing this from Seifert. He intentionally hit it along the ground, but he didn't overhit it either because he was a man back there, and that man did exceptionally well from deep.
In the previous game, he was quickly out of the gates from Seifert. Didn't feel that he had just hopped on the plane and come all the way from New Zealand. He got a couple of days break after the big bash. And here too, he's up and running.
Busy player, Tim Seifert, uses the crease very well.
Yeah, it's interesting, Deep. Me and Smithy were just having a chat about the makeup of this New Zealand side, and somebody like Chapman bats at 5 or 6. Nicely bowled. 5 and 5. He's used every part of the bat, but it's only going one way. And it's back into the pavilion for Devon Conway on this series.
And he had enough. Wanted to approach a little differently this time around, a little more attacking. But this actually belongs to Hardik. What a wonderful catch this is.
Just coming back to that topic.
To the fielder and taken. Another good catch. Ravi Bishnoi. Back in the side after 9 months or so. Or rather 11 months. And straight away contributing. This was a difficult one. Made it look easy in the end. Another wicket falls for New Zealand.
India on fire here. And again, just one player out, and you stand there as a batsman and you think, why? All those open spaces that are basically straight to him. Yes, he made ground to his left, and yes, he took a very good catch because it's not easy at that height. Very safe hands out there in the deep. But that to me is an error. It's a batting error. One player out there, and you can find him in all the acres of space. Got to be better than that. 13 for 2.
From Terra. Whoa, so much space. Wow, it's electric. Whoa, great lights. Wow.
New Vauxhall Frontera Electric. Available now from £23,995.
2 New Zealand. It's only the second over. Out comes Glenn Phillips. He's batted well, this tour of India. That's glorious. No need to run for that.
It's such a fine shot. You just look at it, everything right about that. And that too off the very first ball. Gets into good position. Doesn't try and overhit it. Just goes all along the ground. Two busy players, two powerful players at the crease. But New Zealand have been hit hard. That too in a must-win game.
The new face of calm. Successful over that one. Wicket, 11 runs, 17 for 2.
Couple of changes for India. Ravi Bishnoi in place of Varun Chakravarti, who gets a break. Jasprit Bumrah, who got a break, is back in place of Arshdeep Singh. I don't know whether it was a call made on what Arshdeep did in the previous game, or that was something which was going to happen all the time. It's such a fine catch. India have been good. There have been some criticism about India's fielding and catching. But this is as good as it gets because it was hit hard, it was coming low, and the lights here at this venue are pretty low too. And as Ian said, that's an awkward place for a catch like that, and he's taken it quite nicely.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, is he unlucky, or is it a bad option? It's bad. There's one player out there. In my mind, there's one player out there, and you pick him out. Is that a bad? Is he unlucky to pick that guy out?
And how I see it is, obviously you would expect the batter to be aware of where the fielder is. You want to play it early in front or late so it goes behind the square. And I guess as a pull shot in itself is quite instinctive. Oh, that's hit hard. That's hit very hard. I got a decent amount of hand to that. But wasn't good enough.
This absolutely raced off the bat. Absolutely screamed off it. And it's hit him high on the hand, Abhishek, as well. Don't want to see that if you're Indian fans. His left hand really close to the base of the thumb there, so there is a little bit of flesh there to absorb it.
And there's a big part of me which feels that you utilize form as a team. And I think New Zealand need to do that with Daryl Mitchell. He's been their best player off late, and he's been in great form. And you made this point in the previous game as well. Can he bat up the order? Rachin Ravindra doesn't have great numbers in T20. He's a wonderful player, but he doesn't have great numbers. Can somebody like Daryl Mitchell bat at 3?
Absolutely he can. He's open. He has opened in T20 World Cup final
was
against
21.
Australia. He can bat anywhere in the order, and as you say, he is the hot hand. While you're hot, you use it. Oh, serious thought, look at that. That shows a number of things, actually. Very unusual cricket shot. Very. It shows how hard the wicket block is around the stumps, because that just flew into it and flew over the top of what would have been first slip.
Rich was surprised by the pace. Skidded to end, going hard into the surface. And with third being up and the ball going so fine, no chance for Sanju Samson. I definitely feel something like Daryl Mitchell is wasted at 6 or 5 or wherever they use him. Because in the last game, Mark Chapman batted at 6. The previous game he batted at 5. So we saw an absolute jaffa from the bowler.
Ian and Karthik, the only thing that I can see here is you've got to have a left-hander in your top 4. I understand, I completely agree as well to a great extent. But he's the only left-hander, especially with Conway out, and I don't see Conway playing in the 11. It's a Rachin at number 3. So when Phil Annan is available, so Phil Annan and Seifert would open, and then you need a left-hander in your top 4. Awkward looking shot, that one. 26 for 2 after 3.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, yeah.
Very well judged, single.
That is one thing which you will get with these two. They are very fast. They understand each other. Both wicket-keeper batters. Now Glenn Phillips does everything. But New Zealand have been hit hard. The first one, Devon Conway trying to go over the top. And then Sachin Ravindra trying to go over square leg.
Touch unlucky there. Harshad Rana and Reg finds the boundary. Just to reiterate the point I was making, when everyone's available, you've got 2 right-handers to open. Ken Phillips at 4. That's where you will want someone like Rachin Ravindra at 3, a left-hander.
If you're consistent and if you're getting runs, yes, Deep. But somebody like Daryl Mitchell who plays fast bowling well, who plays spin bowling well, and more importantly, he's in red hot form. At 5 and 6, either you're trying to resurrect an innings or you have to start dashing from the get-go. And that is why I'm saying somebody like him who's so good, and we always say in T20 cricket, your best batters have maximum usage of the maximum number of balls. So why not him?
That's a really nice piece of cricket there. It was a lovely slow ball bouncer from Hardik Pandya, who took the pace off the ball. But Seifert played it extremely well. A lot of players would have thought, well, I can just smash this, but Seifert saw it late as a slower ball and intentionally hits over the top of it, takes the danger element out of it, knows if he's going to go after it, he's going to struggle for timing with that slower pace. So in the end, adjusts his shot to play low, and it was really a nice little piece of cricket.
Also India doing well to give Hardik Pandya the extra over, because in previous games when they've had Akshar Patel and Varun Chakravarti, they've got 2 spinners who can bowl in the power play. But over here they've picked up 2 wrist spinners, one left arm leg spinner and one right arm leg spinner, and both of them are not used to bowling in the power play.
Yeah, that's a great point. How I see it is, obviously, Bumrah will bowl an over in the power play. I mean, is it going to be Harshit to bowl his third, or we'll see one of the wrist spinners bowl an over in the power play? Nicely bowled again, nice and tight.
Well, he signalled that he was going to bowl a slightly fuller length and straighter because he brought his backward point up inside the circle and put long mid-on down to long on, which suggests he wanted cover down the ground, which means we're going to bowl a lot straighter as well. You can't afford to bowl wide with everyone up inside the circle on the offside. So plan's working well so far for India.
Boundary of the last ball. It's turning out to be such a good over. Who wouldn't mind that? 7 from it. 33 for 2 after 4. Here we go. Questions answered. It's going to be Ravi Bishnoi. He's going to bowl in the power play. Making a comeback after 11 months.
Excellent work. Yeah, cover. Short. Seifert liked the look of it, but couldn't find the gap.
Yes, the leggy bowling a little bit short. He's quicker in the air and off the surface is Ravi Bishnoi, so not easy to go down the pitch to him. Generally balls are the ones coming into the right-hander, but he's now bowling a few leggies as well.
To the skipper again.
That is struck so well. Really struck well. It's powered into that boundary line.
Pace. First ball, the drag down one was 90 kilometres per hour. Then it's been 105, 104, 103. Ravi Bishnoi. Just a few little pockets of seats available. It's a terrific crowd in again. But so far from Bishnoi.
It's quite quick right through this over. Leaving aside the first one. All of them has been 100 plus Ks.
And again, very quick. 104. That one, 5 gone, 34 for 2.
Introducing the Kia EV5. Open a world of discovery with a Kia EV5, the all-electric family SUV. Kia, movement that inspires. Domino's for just £4. Yep, cheeky little pizzas at a cheeky little price. Order now.
2. Back for game 3 and starts with a beauty. Oh my goodness, on the money from Bumrah. Cleans up Tim Seifert.
Amazing, isn't it? What a bowler this man is. Incredible. Comes back after a break of one game and starts off with a wicket. Bowled at a good clip as well, 138 kilometers per hour on the target. Gets the ball to maybe just hold its line. He just played down the wrong line. But look at the accuracy of the man. Oh, and the off-stump is set, calm feeling. Well, Tim Seifert gone for 12, 3 down 34 in the 6th over.
Chapman is the new man for New Zealand. Early trouble again. Centuries, 1 century in this format of the game. Just Brett Bumrah taking in 1 ball in this contest to have an impact.
He's a postman, isn't he? Always delivers. Jasprit Bumrah. Very first ball. But to be fair, just played the wrong line.
I think he might have moved away from the bat just a little bit, which defeated the shot. If it had come on straight, it would still have been a nick. I don't think it would have been off the middle of the bat. So I think either way, he would probably be back in the pavilion. Simon, you were absolutely right in the pre-game show where you said that when Bumrah is in the side, it's almost like 16 overs, not a 20-over game for the opposition batting, because he's so good. Look at this. I mean, look at this delivery. Just a little hint of away movement, just a little hint. And that's all that you want, because you just want to go past the outside edge.
And the great thing about it, deep and sunny, is that's first ball. First ball that he's bowled. Only played game 1, missed game 2, as I said, but he's on the money. Ready and raring to get. There are no warm-up deliveries.
And his bowling had a very good clip. This one was 143 kilometers per hour. Earlier deliveries about 138, and then 40, and then 39. So bowling at a good pace as well.
Slower one that time. 23, yeah, just bounced a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, the old school off cutter. Not really a pace off. But it was a proper off cutter, this one from Jasprit Bumrah. I guess this whole workload management where he does not play all the games makes things a little easier, so he knows the games that he's going to play, and he knows when he's playing, he's got to be at his best from ball 1.
That's hit him hard as well. Jagged back in. Beaten the pace a little bit. Power play done. 36 for 3. tidy over for Bishnoi. Bumrah backed it up beautifully, and now Kuldeep. The attack. Last 2 overs, a wicket and 3 runs.
Just that one over for Bishnoi. Wonderful. That first over, then followed by just Bumrah. Kuldeep pulled well in the last game. Had a long chat with Murli Karthik as well. They're talking about something more technical with the action and everything else.
At least one of the players is talking to him, I suppose, which is nice.
Not too many.
IDFC First Bank, a bankable fact. ACA Stadium in the Guwahati, first Indian venue to witness 4 consecutive team totals of 200 or more in T20 internationals. 1-1 batting first, the other one batting second. Let's back the credit cards.
Yeah, New Zealand would have to do really well from here on to get to that 200-run mark.
They have the batting, no question about it. They have the batting depth. Now I think they'll be looking for a couple of partnerships. Glenn Phillips has been in tremendous form. If he carries on, and then there's that man, Darryl Mitchell. I still don't understand why he's been dropped down to number 6. They might be having a particular reason. Maybe think of him as a finisher rather than as a builder finisher.
Questions to be answered there. Jacob Oram, Rob Waters. Wow. Are they preparing for an exam or something?
We had a study going on there. Early call from Phillips is 2. I don't think it's on. It was not. Another good over from India's point of view. 3 from it. 39 for 3.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Yeah.
Just 1 over for Jasprit Bumrah. Bishnoi. Change of ends for him. Quick hit straight to the man in the deep.
Well, the first 3 wickets were down to some brilliant catching as well. Look at this. Unbelievable effort this from Hardik Pandya. And another incredible effort from Bishnoi. And then this was an absolute beauty. They have got the best of batters into trouble.
Line spinning in 3.3 degrees, seemed away 0.8 degrees. I think you're right though, Sonny. It might have just caught the edge. He was still on the wrong line from Seifert, even though it just moved away a touch.
Also, Jasprit Bumrah's angle at the time of release doesn't help, especially if the ball just even holds its line. It seems more of like a leg cutter or an away swinger.
Kishan is patrolling quite straight. Long off.
Away from the bowler, but India doing well, isn't it? Run rate under 5.5 at the moment.
Well, he's been very accurate, Bishnoi, in his first couple of overs. New Zealand in all sorts of trouble here. 8 overs gone, 43 for 3.
Not the start New Zealand would have hoped for, but they need to build on from here in a must-win game to stay alive in the series. Kuldeep Yadav. Shot, and this ground is too short for that. Early contender for Apollo Tyres Go the Distance Award, Mark Chapman.
An early contender, it's the first contender as well, because New Zealand have not been able to play big shots like this. To be perfectly honest, India have kept them in check, just short of a length, and Chapman gets onto the back foot and pulls it hard and high over mid-wicket. And there's a sigh of relief in that camp.
So lucky there. He played all over it, Mark Chapman. Still ends up getting a boundary.
I think New Zealand have realised, as Dooley said, they're in trouble. So you either win or you lose in these games. And I think they've decided that between them that they really just have to go. And if they don't get enough, so be it. But 130, 140, 150 isn't enough on this particular track against this side at the moment, the batting when they're in. So you go and you get lucky, or you go home.
Early pressure for Kuldeep Yadav in this over.
And they have to apply the pressure to someone. Decided that maybe it's Kuldeep and the left-hander being maybe the better option in Chapman. Well, continue. Bishnoi's been tidy. Bumrah bowled one beautiful over. Got to target someone.
Goes straight this time. Played it differently in the previous T20, but this time decides to go absolutely straight. A big over, very big, and still 2 deliveries left.
Just not try to overhit it. It's a lovely piece of timing. He's so powerful. We talk about it often with Glenn Phillips. Gone a long way.
It was the very same bowler who accounted for Glenn Phillips in the previous game. Caught it shot third. That was trying to swipe across the line. This one, the previous shot that he played was dead straight.
Well, he's in a pretty rich vein of form, Glenn Phillips. So he's backing himself to play shots. New Zealand have got 2 players in that mode at the moment, with Daryl Mitchell and Glenn Phillips. I feel that they're at the peak of their powers.
19 of that over after 962 for 3.
Whoa, I'm still in a dream.
dream, now reality. New Citroen C5 Aircross.
5 bowlers used so far by India. Bumrah just the one over for him so far. Kuldeep Yadav has gone for 22 of 2. Picked up 2 wickets in the last game for 35. And Shivam Dube. And this will be interesting. It will be interesting to see how Phillips and Chapman play him. Intentions are clear.
I've got to go for him. They just simply have to. Run rate is 6.76 after that delivery. And we know that's not enough from the first 2 games. You just have to be positive and you have to back yourself and you have to think that it's going to be your night. Because this man and his side are chasing down anything, it seems, or setting a bar very high. Anything under 200 appears not to be an issue at the moment. Even 9 and over from here is 160.
Yeah, too wide. Too into his body, and that's just easy access for Mark Chapman.
Yeah, with the field that he's got set here, Shivam Dube, mid-offs up in the circle, covers in the circle, so he's got to be tight into that leg stump. He's got a little bit too tight on that occasion. And should know that that's going to be the line. It's going to be in at the hip, around about that area. Able to swivel on that one quite comfortably.
Kind of delivery that he bowls, I mean, you can't have that fielder there. You can rather have mid-on up and then push that man and hold that ball. Have some protection. Just triples over 7, the run rate now. Previous over went for 19. Now Tim. Slower one to Glenn Phillips. 7s and 8s aren't enough.
India's out cricket has been good in this series by and large. They've dropped the odd catch. But what they have in the outfield is pace to the ball. And when you develop a reputation for being quick to the ball, those second runs become a risk. And in your mind, when you're making the call, they become a risk as well, because they've got some real athletes in the deep.
And is it a 6? Has it hit the boundary cushions on the full, or has it just pitched outside? That'll be the question to the third umpire.
Just give it as a 6. Just give it as a 6, will you? Come on. Clearly a 6. No problem at all. Let's move on. Thank you. Much needed. New Zealand 12 off this over so far. 1 ball to go. Another boundary, a 19 and a 16. That's more like it.
You're settling for lesser here. You wanted a 4 of the last ball, not a 6. You get a 1, maybe a 2. Both of them running hard, but will only settle for 1. So 13 coming off this over. New Zealand are 75 for 3 at the halfway stage of their batting, and rings will be called onto the field.
Vitality is your health's best friend. They give you half-price gym membership, then they reward you with treats! Like up to 20% off hotels on Expedia. And free cinema tickets! Treats. I'm rather fond of them, aren't you? Vitality, your health's best friend. Just going for a break. Oh, hey, just a minute. I'm just going for a break. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
But life still goes on.
It's your very last chance to win this house in North London, plus £250,000. But you must enter the Omaze £1 Million House draw by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
And here's the best part. You'll be supporting Alzheimer's Society.
So for your very last chance to win this house in London, worth £5 million, and the cash, you must enter by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
Look dressed and feel relaxed with the Easies from Mr. Marvis. Shop the Easies from Mr. Marvis on mrmarvis.co.uk or in the Mr. Marvis flagship store in London.
Nature nourishes life. So, we bottled a bit of it. At Biotiful, we keep things simple. Just billions of live cultures, natural protein and calcium in our kefir yogurts. To support your gut naturally. Pour it, spoon it, scoop it. Switch your yogurt to the UK's #1 kefir and start your gut health journey. Biotiful Gut Health. Feel super, naturally.
Everything fresh at Ocado. Very appealing carrots. Save on this M&S squash. And pears. Then splurge on fancy blueberries. Save and splurge at Ocado.
We've got full coverage. You've got full control. Watch the Olympic Winter Games Milano Cortina 2026 on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus.
.75 for 3 at the 10-over mark. India 6 bowlers used for New Zealand. They have to contend with 3 more from Jasprit Bumrah in the remaining 10. And he'll start proceedings immediately after the break. Bishnoi has bowled well, none for 5 in his comeback game. Kuldeep Yadav bowled nicely in the previous game, has gone for 22. He's coming back to Bumrah. Can he find a wicket for India?
Well, he might be able to, but New Zealand have... Okay, we know how good he is. He's world class. He's one of the very best. But you can't let him bowl 4 overs for 20 runs. You just simply can't. You have to come up with a plan. He's very, very good. But you have to come up with a plan that negates some of that. And that's based around positivity. I mean, you'd be... If it's Harshit Rana or it's Ashdeep Singh, your attitude is entirely different. It's the man that's got you flummoxed. You've got to get that out of your system.
His numbers have been so good for Bumrah over a period of time. It's not a small sample size, over 85 games. He bowls the tough overs. He's the one the captain looks up to. Yes, Varun in the spin department, but Jasprit Bumrah, those numbers in modern day cricket, 6.41 is just unbelievable.
Well, it tells you he goes at 26. 26 and change on average. Every 4-over spell, which is just phenomenal.
The odd day that he goes for 36, 37. Feels like he's had such a bad day. It's such an aberration. Never happens, or mostly never happens. So yes, I understand what you're saying. They have to find a way to pick him for at least 7s and 8s, if not more. Don't give him a wicket, but that's what he will try to do, and try and target someone else. You can get a 20-odd over or 20-run over from someone else, but not from Bumrah. Jab and commitment from Harshit Rana, but don't think he has pulled it back. So a 4 for Glenn Phillips.
Don't underestimate how good a shot this is. Just talked about how good Bumrah is. This is one heck of a cricket shot. This is the awareness too of where the fielders are and hitting it a good deal squarer. It looked awkward, but Glenn Phillips is in such rare touch at the moment. He can invent stuff from nothing. That was beautifully played in the end.
Goes dead. Goes for the hole. 6 runs off that over. 11 gone. One to come. One to come. One to come.
Hold fire. So far, through the latter part of the series, the ODIs, and then to the T20s as well.
Seven runs picked off that over. 82 for 3. Gorgeous Guwahati for this third T20 international. New Zealand are 82 for 3. Bowled well. He started well in that spell in the power play, and he's continued to bowl well, Ravi Bishnoi.
He's awkward, this Bishnoi, there's no doubt about it. If you haven't seen him before, he's just got a little bit of awkwardness about him coming out of the back of the hand. Initially I thought Chapman was going to run at him. He stayed at home, opened up his stance and got himself into just a bit of a pickle.
Ravi Bishnoi thought there was an underedge on that first ball. Not sure whether there was or not. He'd gone down a little bit. No, bowler was reacting like there was.
Yeah, he's awkward because he's skiddy. He's got a very unique action. The ball will come in to the right-hander or leave the left-hander. So as a left-hander, you have to be aware when you want to jump at him.
So you get Bumrah going for 7, which is about the norm or just over the norm. I'm afraid Bishnoi can't go for 7 as well. That's when you get yourself deep into a hole. If you've got to beat India, you've got to pick on the non-Bumrahs.
Example though of just looking one side only. That ball's so wide of off stump. Gap it, extra cover. He wants to take that on, but you've got to understand there are still 2 sides of the ground from Chapman's point of view. Know what he's trying to do, which is go wide of off stump, take the power away. There's a gap from point all the way to long off. But anything over the head of the captain at cover is going for 4.
Taken this time, sharp catch. There was no edge on the first ball, but there is one, and it's been snaffled by Sanju Samson. So the 4th wicket is down for New Zealand.
He's having a night. Bishnoi. He's coming to the side as a replacement player and he's justifying the selectors. Took a good catch in the deep and now he's bowling exceedingly well. 3 overs, now 1 for 9. The outside edge from Mark Chapman, trying to hit it where Simon Dool suggested through the offside. Not getting enough of it. Genuine edge, and it's taken really well by Sanju Samson behind. The flashing blade, not enough for Mark Chapman, and New Zealand lose another one. They're 86 for 4.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking. Yeah.
Mitchell has joined Glenn Phillips at the crease, which means New Zealand have their two best players together with 8 overs to go. Maybe looking at that as a bit of an issue as well. Should perhaps Mitchell be in a little bit earlier, because right now at 7.17 runs per over, they have to go big. Singles, and Bumrah still has 2 overs to go. Rana back into the attack. A handy start.
Well, they'll need a big partnership here. They haven't really had any partnership, New Zealand. They need a partnership which will take them for another 6-7 overs. Maybe it's already 12. We are at the 13th over. Get to the 19th over. Maybe add in those 6-7 overs and 80 runs. Difficult with Bumrah there and the way the Indians are bowling. But if you're looking to put up a competitive total, then they need that partnership. And with these two who have batted so well in the one-day internationals together, they will have hopes of doing so. Well, this is a very good catch. Sanju Samson's kept wickets exceedingly well in this series. And he does that again. Brilliant catch.
A top catch, but how good has Ravi Bishnoi been so far? 1 for 9 in 3 overs for Ravi Bishnoi.
Mitchell hits that flat and hard and big. The first ball is a sighter, and that's all it takes.
Down the pitch, and he gets into position so well. Was it a slower delivery? Probably was, and that look where it has come. If you bowl a slower delivery halfway down the pitch, you are going to be clobbered. The slower delivery is a deceptive delivery, so it has got to be a little further up. If it's halfway down the pitch, there's more chance of the batter making the adjustment.
Dal Mitchell's setup, it's very different when he's in the mood to hit 4s and 6s here. He actually goes back and waits there. You can't see his footwork here right now from this angle. Really good shot. Flat. Look at that footwork. Goes back and across, waits there, unweighs his front foot, and
quite comfortably on that occasion because of the placement. Almost baseball-like, really, isn't it? I mean, it's a home run hitting technique. You just get set, and if you get everything set early before he even releases the ball as a bowler, get yourself in great shape. And then you just rely on your bat speed and your eye. But you're right, he gets so set so early.
Like you said, this is a very typical power hitting stance. Not much footwork. You set yourself early, and it's your hands that take over.
It's easy for Phillips. 1-2 has been run in this match so far, and 1-3. So it's one of those grounds where it's Sydney or the bush, basically.
Especially Glenn Phillips, 38 of 32. One of the quickest innings so far. Usual Glenn Phillips innings. To get score 13 or maybe 12 from here on to get that 180 mark.
11 off the over. Some more like it, but they need a lot more. New Zealand at 97 for 4. overs, none for 22. New Zealand have to target Kuldeep Yadav. They know what he bowls. I've seen him pretty much in every match in this white ball series, and plenty of them. It's got to go. Phillips and Mitchell have got to have said together, this man, we have to find the rope or over it.
And they got to decide if they want to go all in or not.
There's the first one. There's the first one. It was a slower one from Kuldeep. He took the pace right off it at 87.2.
The pressure suddenly is on the bowler. On the leg stump, turning away, so he's been able to hit it with the turn as well, and the ball will curve away from that fielder. You can see Kuldeep's body language, having been hit by these two batters in the last two ODIs, and that's the reason why Suryakumar Yadav is going and having a chat with his bowler, because he's a key bowler. Kuldeep is going to be a key bowler for India, so you want his confidence high.
Phillips is lightning quick, so they pick on Mitchell. He makes it. Smart cricket in the outfield, going at the slower runner from Ishan, but it's really good thinking, but Mitchell was just good enough.
It was good thinking from Ishan. The right hand, Daryl Mitchell's end. Quick enough, Daryl Mitchell.
Daryl Mitchell will be looking straight, and he'll be looking big.
Just mentioned a while ago about going all in. You played safe and you set yourself in with another 6 overs to go. So either you go that way and get to 160, 165, or you say, you know what, don't care whether it's 130, but let's try and get to 190.
That's a dilemma, isn't it? When do we actually launch a full-on assault?
Smart bowling, very smart bowling from Kuldeep. Really clever. He knows exactly where Mitchell's looking, down the ground. First movement to Daryl Mitchell with that left foot was to come at Kuldeep as well. He looked as if he was advancing, took the pace out of it, he dropped the length back. Really well bowled. And he'd do it again.
Crucial what line you want to bowl to Daryl Mitchell, because he's very good down the ground, especially on the onside, mid-on 34%. Stay away from the hitting arm.
It's quite a rare graphic that 34 on the onside, 15, so 49% of his runs are what we would call in the V, which is unusual for this form of the game. But he is traditionally a straight hitter, Daryl Mitchell. His second option is to go square. Look at that through the offside, only 6% of the runs. I'll bet if you look at most players, it's a lot higher than that. That was a good adjustment from Kuldeep towards the end of that over. 10 from it, 107 for 4, 6 to go.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, yeah.
The discipline from India tonight at the bowling crease has been fantastic. They've bowled 14 overs, one extra only. Just the one wide, and that was in the last over from Kuldeep. Any bowling coach should be very happy with that. Hardik Pandya, over number 3. He's an athlete.
India 2-0 up in this 5-game series, on the verge of winning this very unique trophy made of recycled cricket goods. Used bats and used balls, the leather that you see, the woodwork that you see. Yeah, for New Zealand, this is a must-win. In fact, the next 2 as well after this, a must-win. That's the challenge, is in terms of who do you target as a batter. You've got a couple of overs of Bumrah after this. Bishnoi, I'm sure would bowl another one. So that's 3 overs between Bishnoi and Bumrah. Next 5.
Bishnoi has been brilliant, just 9 runs off his 3 overs. And Bumrah, you of course expect that, 9 runs off his 2.
Strikes again. Tim Kitchen takes the catch quite simply.
Well, this one was the quicker shot delivery. So he had no option but to look to play the square of the pitch, and that's what happened. He's taken comfortably by Ishan Kishan. Once again, brings to the fore the question, why have an informed batter bat so low down the order? He scored 14 of 8, strike rate of 175. It's 112 for 5 in the 15th over.
Really well in the last match that Mitchell Santner, and he is fast becoming a top-class all-rounder. We know his bowling strength, but those numbers are getting better all the time with the bat, and they're going to have to be if he bats at 7 in New Zealand and not able to get partnerships going before him. Still there is 5.2 overs to go. That's 32 deliveries for New Zealand to face. That's a lot of opportunities, and they're down to their last 2 recognised players.
Very similar deliveries. The one that he was played over third for a boundary, and this one didn't wait for as long as he did in the previous delivery. Played a little too early, tried to hit it too hard. Finds the fielder.
short ones for Mitchell Santner. He didn't like either of them too much. It's 112 for 5. Terrific over Panya. This has been a white ball series that takes some great memories back to New Zealand of what atmosphere is all about, what passion is all about. Even in a losing situation in the one-day internationals, still they bounce back wherever you go. It's so apparent. Bishnoi, last over. Here's a chance of another wicket, and he's got it. Mitchell has picked out the same man in the deep. And New Zealand are falling over like a deck of cards here at the moment, playing into India's hands.
Well, you've got to say one thing is that the field placing's been absolutely spot on. The field didn't have to move at all. You can see that just a couple of paces to his right, and he takes it very comfortably. There's Ishan Kishan. Ravi Bishnoi, what figures he's got. 2 wickets for 9, and in the 4th over, 112 for 6, 48 to Phillips.
Look closer and you'll see it. Life. The friends we keep. The people who matter most. It's all there. Alive in the details. The all-electric B10 is made for the moments that matter. Technology, innovation, comfort. Everything as standard. Leap Motor B10. Demand more from life.
The giant figure of Kyle Jamieson arrives at the crease. He's on a hat-trick. Here's Bishnoi, only 1 before for India. Down the ground for a very safe single.
Bowled beautifully here. Ravi Bishnoi is a comeback game. Kyle Jamieson more than handy with the bat.
New Zealand were looking to play Jimmy Neesham in this spot tonight, but when he arrived at the ground, he was not well enough to play, so they substituted him out. In came Kyle Jamieson. The team sheets had Neesham on. That's how certain they were he was going to play. Might get a couple here. Was the slight misfield at extra cover.
Ravi Bishnoi, 2 for 12. It's the last one. Not the best ball that he's bowled so far this evening, but will do. 2 end of the bat. And Phillips.
All wrong at the start. They really have not been able to recover. Given this man a bit of a license to come into the side. He goes for 4 down the ground. It was quite nicely timed in the end by Mitchell Santner, but for Ravi Bishnoi, this is the last ball of his 4 overs coming up, and he's done a sterling job.
Been so good so far, the Indians. That's a rare blemish.
Terrific over, and a terrific 4-over spell. 2 for 18 from his 4. It's 121 for 6.
that one, and Mitch Santner, well, another captain's knock. Top scorer in Raipur. Smith is mentioned. An all-rounder, short formats nowadays. Soft finds a gap back with a point for 4.
Room outside the off stump. When that happens, that is a quick 2 C's on that. Half it out the pitch again. There has been success for the ball half it out the pitch, but it can also be expensive. Look at how much time he had. Look at how much width he had to put the ball away where he wanted, away from the fielder at deep point.
Superb again tonight. India electing to field first and winning the toss. Surya Kumar Yadav. Good in the field, catching's been excellent. Continually stop New Zealand from progressing anywhere near where they would want to be.
New Zealand have tried to be proactive. You think of the wicket of Devon Conway, he tried to do something different. You can't find them short of intent when you talk about Glenn Phillips. He was trying to do a few things against Ravi Bishnoi. Daryl Mitchell, I still feel Simon is batting too low, especially when he's in the kind of form that he's in. And these are all build-ups to the World Cup. And you want to get into good habits as a team. Can't just treat it just as an experiment game after game, because winning does become a habit and you feel happy if you win a series. So it'll be interesting how New Zealand look at things going forward. Glenn Phillips is having a good time. Chapman will do his job, but what about Daryl Mitchell? Can he be bumped up the order? Get him to face more deliveries, utilize the good form that he's in.
Right down the ground, and it'll race away for 4. Half an opportunity, but a very difficult one on 32 for 6.
Even in the previous game, he came and found timing immediately. And here too, although he got the lower end of the bat, still good enough. Get a bit of hand. No, he didn't. He's taking evasive action.
Three overs to go, 2 of them from Jasprit Bumrah. For 9 for him. Yorker in. Jamison does well.
Last ball of the previous over from Shivam Dubey, pitches it up. 24 he's conceded of his 2 overs. Bumrah making up for that with an exceptional spell, as did Bishnoi. Just 18 runs of his 4 overs and 2 wickets too.
Brings him up, leg stump out of the ground. Another one for Bumrah. This time it's Kyle Jamieson.
There's 1 dot ball. When you are playing the 18th over, you are under pressure. You're expected to try and go for the big shot, and that's exactly what Jamieson trying to went for the big shot, but never easy against a bowler of the caliber of Jasprit Bumrah. Loses his leg stump. And it's a 7th wicket gone for 132, with Jamieson contributing 3 of them.
With holiday rentals and hotels, Booking.com has something for everyone.
You got anything more boutique?
But of course, right this way.
Now we're talking.
What about something more family friendly?
How about a holiday home? Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Yeah.
The new man is off the mark straight away. Job to give Mitch Santner as much strike as he possibly can. Matt Henry. Even if Santner is up 3 or 4 maximums, like 170, 180 is never going to be enough. It's a long way away at the moment. Chance, take him off, gone. Great work, Kishan with the flat throw. Bumrah didn't have a lot to do, but he had to take it cleanly and get back to the stumps. Matt Henry is short of his ground.
Side on angle, please. Let's take it back. That is way short of his ground, and the wheels are lit. Ready with my decision for the big screen.
Confirmation. Great bit of work trying to get Mitchell Santner back on strike. There's Matt Henry. There was a little bit of hesitation, not really. He's actually down and back about as quickly as he could. He's on his way. Just the 134 for 8. Santner's on strike. Ish Sodhi is the new batter. Push for 2 this time. No. Side against it.
And I think that should have been the case on previous occasion as well, Simon, when you just look at what happened here. 2 was the call, yes. But look at Matt Henry. He was labouring. When he ran, I don't think he was thinking about the 2, but halfway through that first run, he's thinking about the second, and he's already labouring. So, yeah, it was a tough one. And trying to get Mitch Santner back on crease, he ended up getting run out.
It was a brilliant throw. Brilliant return from Ishan Kishan.
Cracking Yorker to finish the 18th. 135 for 8.
From Terra. Whoa, so much space. Wow, it's electric. Whoa, great light. Wow.
New Vauxhall Frontera Electric. Available now from £23,995.
unlike the first couple of games from both sides, actually. New Zealand was slow. They were a bit slow with their over 8 in the first couple. So an hour 25 for 18 overs. Oh, that's hit beautifully. Down the ground, I think it was pace off. That's a long way from Mitch Santner.
A bit of slotsville from Harshit Rana, trying to take pace off. He was ready and waiting. Such a wonderful swing.
It's off into the pitch on this occasion. Better.
Dug into the surface. In fact, for a second, I thought that he was ducking, and then as an afterthought, just look at that. Yeah, thought about ducking, and then as an afterthought, tried to play the scoop. Call it the scoop or the ram scoop, whatever.
Uppercut. It's probably the cricketing description. We are playing cricket here. We're not into construction business. We're talking about ramps and bridges.
Change has been made with Ishsodi, the right-hander, on strike. Bumrah up inside the circle. A fine leg. Third is up inside the circle as well. It's full. Good. Excellent Yorker.
Yes, good bowling. There's good bowling. Try and bowl under the bat as much as possible. Even if you bowl a full toss to a lower order bat, you're likely to get away with it. Good comeback after being hit for a 6 first ball.
Hesitation. Did they want the one? Did they not want the one? In the end, took it. Eased around the corner for one. The centre will be on strike for the start of the last over. 144 for 8. New Zealand cricketers on the ground tonight. Mark Greatbatch, left of screen. Roger Toos on the right, board member Diana Dahu London in the middle. High chance at deep mid wicket. Coming round, takes the catch, the fielder well tonight. Have India, and another one down now. New Zealand lose their 9th.
It's the kind of control that he has over batters. Sometimes even a full toss from Bumrah, people can't put it away. Was that the case? Because Mitch Santner has been timing most balls pretty nicely, but this one hit very high towards the sticker. Got no distance at all. Good running catch by Abhishek. India have been good in the field today. Their ground fielding and catching has been pretty good. And the 9th wicket gone for New Zealand. 144 for 9 with Santner, 27.
Jacob Duffy, new man. He's underway. Surprised that wasn't a fast Yorker.
Yeah, in my head there was a fast Yorker written everywhere.
Look what a well-just cat this is. From the moment the ball was hit, he was keeping his eye on the ball. He had to turn to run towards his right side. He's a left-hander, remember? But never for a second looked as if he was going to miss it.
Oh dear, it's got away. A little touch on it from Sanju Samson maybe. I'm not sure whether that's been kept in either. Ashit Rana. Good short ball though. Angling it at the body of Ishsodi. Shabarana there. No, that's... Oh, is it out? Does the boot hit the cushioning before the ball comes out or not? I don't think so. He might have done really well. Just lets it go before... Hasn't touched. It's touched. The next frame it's touching. Hasn't touched there, I don't think. And the ball comes out of the hand. It still hasn't touched. Oh, I think he's done exceptionally well. Well, given 4, I actually thought he'd done a great job there, Hashit. Not to be. 3 balls to go. After this time, they'll pinch one, but a chance. Direct hit would have been gone. 150 up. In hard work.
Yes, not easy to get this man off. He's bowling at great speed, great accuracy. Yeah, this was one of those where the batter knows that his only hope of survival is if the fielder misses.
Swung away for Duffy into the deep. Should be a couple.
He had a bit of a nose and toes sort of a theory for Ishsodi. I suppose as a bowler and also somebody of Ishsodi's experience, you would be expecting that Yorker after that rip snorter of a delivery which was angling in at him.
Final ball of the innings. For the Yorker again, it'll just be 1. It's a brilliant spell from Jasprit Bumrah. 3 for 17 off his 4. All in all, terrific bowling performance from Team India this evening, getting things underway in the 3rd T20 of the series and restricting New Zealand to 153 for 9.
Yeah, such an underwhelming score. What New Zealand have posted here. All the expectations of a big score, that is what this venue has provided, that is what the series has provided so far, but not in the 3rd game. Wonderful bowling from Bumrah, back in the team after missing that 2nd game, and Ravi Bishnoi making a comeback, had a wonderful outing too. So all in all, India will be very happy and would want to wrap this up pretty quickly.
Yeah, superb. I think in the field, catching was outstanding. Most of the bowling was very, very good. Those that completed their complement of overs, Harshit Rana with 4 overs for 35, but Bishnoi and Bumrah just ripped the heart out of New Zealand through the middle. So between Ravi Bishnoi and Jasprit Bumrah, they took 5 for 35 off 8 overs. Just set New Zealand back all the way through. Chief contributor Glenn Phillips with 48. His good form continues, but not at a great strike rate in the end. Most of the New Zealand batters struggled as they posted just 153 for 9.
Yeah, 2 very good bowling figures. Bumrah outstanding, 3 for 17, and Ravi Bishnoi in the wilderness for a while. Back in the team, 2 for 18. Hardik bowled reasonably well for his 2 wickets. Kuldeep, a touch expensive. Shivam Dube was preferred in the last 4, him to going at 12 runs and over. But all in all, a good bowling performance